Right, there we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast here at Adventist Asia, where we get to learn more about the inner workings of our church. We get to meet our coordinators and directors and leaders here at the Southern Asia Pacific Division of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And today I have a special guest here, Pastor Ron Genebago. Welcome.
Yeah, Tony, welcome.
This is good. It's like, good morning, good evening. Yeah, welcome, Pastor. There's no time of day here, but I'm really happy that you have the time to be here. I don't know how long we've been doing podcasts, but you have to get Pastor Ron. We have to get Pastor Ron. But I know things can be busy.
I just came from Cagayan de Oro for a very important meeting.
Yeah,
so.
And I think we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. Pastor, we've been friends for quite some time. But I think those who are part of our church around our division may not know you that well. They may see you speak once in a while, or they've seen you on Facebook. Yeah. But could you share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, and you being here at the division?
Yeah. So I'm from Putingkaoy, Silang, Cavite.
That's so far away, Pastor. Just for those who are watching and listening, we are in Silang, Cavite.
So it's just 30 minutes away from here, or sometimes 20 minutes away. It depends on the traffic. Yeah. So I was born and raised there, and I also studied my elementary, high school somewhere in Lumil, and then college in AUP and doctoral in IAS, and then I'm working here.
So you've been here all your life, Pastor. You've been here all your life.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you met the love of your life here in the same place.
Yeah, in AUP.
In AUP. That's right. Pastor, tell us a little bit more about your family.
We're 8 in the family, but turned to be 9 because of my father, when my mother died due to lightning strike. After some years, he married again, and then we're 9 in the family. I'm the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. I have now a family with 2 kids. Jen is my wife.
And your 2 sons are still at AUP?
Yeah. So Vaughn is taking up accountancy, and almost there. He'll be taking soon his CPA board exam. And then the younger Harold is taking theology. Yeah.
Well, following the father's step. But Pastor, I can remember when I was still active in youth ministry, and your kids were down here. And now you're telling me that they're about to take the CPA.
Yeah.
My mind is, I'm getting that old now.
Yes.
Pastor, knowing you've shared with me your conversion story. And I think it's an interesting story because it's connected to the work that you're doing right now as a youth director.
Yeah. So there was the evangelistic meeting done across our house, and I was aware that they are targeting me. They were praying for me.
They were targeting you.
So they did that purposely to target me because, according to my sister, we were praying for you. And during that time, I'm just, attending.
This was in high school, Pastor, or college?
No, high school.
High school.
I was third year back then. Yeah. And then I attend and watch and see, young people teaching children. And also, from time to time, attend the evangelistic meeting by the late Renfred Cabuco during that time. But after that, I would go to my friends, Barkada, and continue my time with them. But my attention was caught by Daniel 2 when it was presented, and I said, "Oh, Jesus Christ is coming again very soon, so I need to give my life to Jesus." So I gave my life to Jesus, and then the rest is history.
Here you are. And I think, Pastor, one of your avid projects within youth ministry is related to that, Voice of Youth.
Yeah, Voice of Youth. And also, so I was studying in non-Adventist schools, school in Lumil National High School. So back then, I was the elder of the Church of Filipino Putingkahoy Church nurtured me, discipled me, and teach me how to open the Bible, how to read Ellen G. White books. So I learned many things. I learned the teachings, the 28 fundamental beliefs. And then when I learned many things, I said, Lord, I have this much, and what I want to share it. So I fasted one Christmas and New Year.
Okay.
Yeah, during the time that food is, many during that time. So I fasted just for the sake of asking Lord, help me to find people to give Bible study. And then when the classes resumed the next year, a lady came and said, Kuya Ron, can you give us Bible studies? So it was no accident, I think. It was a direct answer to my prayer.
Wow. I mean, seeing that transition of effect, someone mentoring you, you finding your place or finding that moment to relate to your beliefs.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you had the opportunity to apply those things. And this is still high school, Pastor?
Yeah, high school, back then. So we started 3, and then we became 5, and then we became a classroom. So this is what PCM is all about. Public Campus Ministries, or Amicus is, being, the emphasis of the General Conference. And I was there, experiencing this, and there was someone who also an Adventist in that school, and said, why don't you enroll them in Voice of Prophecy? So I enrolled them in Voice of Prophecy, and many of them got baptized, I think around 10. And then I just visited one church. He is an elder there, Nelon Balasabas, and one is a teacher. So I saw how the Lord has worked through me and in my life, and seeing these people still serving now, I said, I need to go to AUP to be a theology student.
So that experience of doing the outreach, practicing what you believe, and sharing that triggered you to go to AUP.
Yeah, I want to learn more, and then to be trained. And then someone's discouraging me, said, you can serve, not a pastor, you can serve in any line, not being a pastor, but the call was so strong that I said I need to go to the College of Theology.
Pastor, I believe I met you when you were I can't remember if it was in Bulacan or you were already someone working at CLC, but I remember you were working at in the Central Luzon Conference.
Yes, Central.
How did you start out with that? Was it like a local church thing, or you went to the conference?
Yeah. So I started in, like, after my college, I served Puting Kahoy.
Oh, so you
they
started
got me
here.
So Puting Kahoy Filipino church did the evangelistic meeting, and then they nurtured me. And then after my graduation, they took me as a church pastor. And then I served there for about 2 years until Central Luzon Conference called me to pastor a district in Cavite, and then later on in Bulacan.
Yes, that's right.
In Bulacan, I stayed there for several years, almost 5 years. And then after that, I went to Manila, in Las Piñas and Parañaque.
Oh, so you also went to those areas?
Yes. Wow. For 2 years. And before my ordination, I got elected as youth. Communication.
Communication. That's right. Yeah, that was it. That's why I remember you were at CLC, because I think I was at your ordination.
Yeah.
You were with Pastor Artie, right?
Yes, Pastor Artie.
Correct. Yes, we were all there. Yeah. I'm that old. I'm joking, Pastor. I'm joking. So you started out with communications. In terms of servicing the geographical location of CLC. Yes. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was interesting, and I have my young people with me working, and then we established a AGMP we call Amazing Grace Media Production. And this. I know. And it was during that time there was no TV productions not till that active, so we had that and we have their Pastor Bong, we have the Pastor Sarmiento, and they became also they're even their roles today are still in communication. Yeah, in communication. So and then I enjoyed, and I had a plan after my 3 years, because back then 3 years only. We have 3 years. What do you call that? The term is 3 years. And then I prepared my 5 years, transitioning to 5 years start plan. But after the election, I was called to serve the young people.
Right.
Yes,
that's
director
right.
in Central Campus.
So how was that transition, Pastor? What was that transition from being a communicator of, being our church's PR and providing resources to becoming a leader of young people?
Yeah. It was because in a small scale, I was serving the youth. I was serving the youth, and back in college, I was also serving the young ministers club as president. So it's like an extension from a small scale. I was called to be the youth director of the Central Zone Conference. So I got excited, serving the young people. And I remember that we had a meeting, with the key leaders of the youth in Central Zone Conference. We went to Pampanga and Plan, and then we had Voice of Youth, the first event that we have, Takbo para sa Kabataan.
Yes.
So it was really a wonderful experience with the young people.
Do you think, Pastor, with the experience of you growing up, I mean, in your high school years and being introduced to the Bible, being called to ministry as being a pastor and found your way to youth ministry, did you ever think that you would be in a situation where you would be leading young people of different cultures and different languages around the Southern Asia Pacific?
No, there is none. When I was going back to my call, the call was really like I want to share. I want to share what the faith that I have. I want to share Jesus Christ, and that's all. Like I want to be a pastor for that reason. So I didn't know about this leadership thing that we have. I got I made aware after some time I'm serving the district, and I think when I was in Bulacan, we had this sad-free movement, smoking alcohol, drugs free, because we want to save young people from smoking alcohol, drugs. So it was a program that was done by that was adopted by the municipality of San Ildefonso, and I was the pastor of not only of the church there of the district, but I was the pastor of the community. And going back there, I missed that situation or that ministry. That when I go to school, they call me pastor. When I go to the municipality, they call me pastor. And the young people, they know me as a pastor. So, so that experience helped me to transition to serve a larger number of young people.
Pastor, as you travel and serve this region of the world, what are some of the challenges that you see with youth ministry, or I mean that youth ministry provides solutions to? What are some of those challenges?
I think based on some of not only my observation, but regarding the survey that we have. So young people have problems with mental issues, and also problems with like not only mental issues but also spirituality. So that there is a declining spirituality, they said, among those who were surveyed. So and to have that, we need to have a program that can help them develop that relationship with Jesus, and that can be translated to ministry.
Yeah. Were you able, Pastor, to through your survey, in understanding the status of the state of the youth today? These were all Adventist, or at least active within the church. those who were part of the survey, were you able to kind of come to some conclusions why, there was a certain level of mental health, and there was a certain level of spirituality decline? Were you able to come to a conclusion of what could be the possible reasonings behind these decline in church attendance or activeness in church?
I have not gone through deep in that survey, but well, let's discuss first. What is the one that you?
Well, there's the mental health.
Yeah, mental health. Yeah. Let's start with the mental health. Because when they were asked, like, have you in your lifetime would like to end your life, or have this experience of
suicidal
ideation. Yeah. So, and many of them, not so much, but 91 of them, and these are young people in colleges. And they are in colleges, and they said, and 91 of them said, yes, we experienced that. And when you see and compare to those who were experiencing mental health, the number is close to that. So there is association that these people who are having mental problems, as I said that they experience one time they want to end their life, is associated with those who have mental problems. And also these people, the number of those people who they said, because I asked also, how many where do you go when you have problems? And the top most is their friends, and then the second is their parents, and then the next highest is they go to no one.
They just keep it inside.
Yeah. So, and I assume that these people are the ones,
they have struggles
with this situation.
Through youth ministry, Pastor, how do you see that we're providing solutions or creating programs that cater to our young people?
Yeah, thank you. We're blessed by having this Youth Alive. Youth Alive is really designed to help our young people find friends, find a group or or an environment where they can relate their what they are experiencing, and be able to there are people listening. And what good for example, in the Youth Alive, they are focusing on the positive things in life. Like, for example, I'm like, one of activities is like responsible run. Think of a positive adjective before your name. Like Tony, can you think of?
When I went through Youth Alive, tangible Tony.
Tangible Tony, yeah.
I try to be present. I try to be here.
I'm responsible, Ron.
Yeah.
Because that's simple activity of the Youth Alive is is something. Because many of our young people are bombarded by negative things they hear.
That's right.
At home, at school, they are hearing names. They name names like you are not. You are. So many things. Negative things.
There's also bullying. Yeah.
At home, and even from themselves. Yeah. But having this kind of program, Youth Alive, they can experience positive things, and also air out things that they want to share. Yeah. So that is one, Youth Alive. And also I come to realize that youth ministry is not about serving young people, the mass number of young people. Youth ministry is sitting down and listening to a person, to a young person, and see the struggle, see where they are coming from. And then, because if we'll not do that, I think we are not serving them.
Correct. Yeah.
So it can be only be addressed in a local church, in a small group, by the pastor, and then young youth leaders, because young people go to young people.
Yeah.
And if we have that kind of environment for them, I think it will they will feel they are loved.
I think today, Pastor, Youth Alive is a joint project between health and the youth department.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure what it was before when I was still in school, but I remember it wasn't called Youth Alive. It was called Youth to Youth.
Yeah.
And it was that what you were saying that we young people will confide in their own age bracket or their own group of friends. And that's where I grew up in that context of mentorship. You know, by listening to what you were saying, I can remember when I was active in youth ministry, my number one goal was not like preaching to 50 people or to 100 people.
Yeah.
It was about maybe sharing something positive to a large group of people, but then I would find a smaller group in that group and kind of be that mentor with that smaller group. Because I saw that once I was able to influence the lives of a few, those few would then influence everyone else. And it's more of a friendship thing.
Like going back to Jesus Christ's example, he spent time with the disciples and even spent time with the Samaritan woman. And the Samaritan woman led many to Christ, the whole community. So sometimes there's temptation to go, to be speaking before the crowd of young people, but it pays to listen to someone.
Yes, it does.
And spend time with them.
I saw the biggest transformation in people around me is when you did take a time to listen. Because when we travel, we have to travel. There's a time to get on the flight, a time to get. There's all these things that you're rushing to, and so I always try to make sure that I had the time to, like, an extra day to sit down. We go out and just talk. What's happening in your life? And I saw that when they noticed that their life was valued, or it wasn't that they were just a youth leader, or we're just friends because you're the youth leader today, but they saw that I was, really interested in how's your parents or how's your sibling, or things that they would share back and forth with me. I had notes, so I could remember their stories.
I remember like I Dream and also this OIM.
Yes,
you see what the impact of this now. You can see how the impact of spending time with few and then being an influence to them.
But I also know, Pastor, I mean, by looking at our ministries our curriculums within youth ministry, it's really geared for smaller groups. You know, you have your from the units in Pathfinder and junior. You, even though you're part of a club, you still have interactions. And I see that valuable for our young people, especially for those who can't find identity. Because you were saying they may have negative thoughts, and looking for some type of identity to attach themselves to.
You're right. Like I'm reflecting on the coming quinquennium, 2025 to 2030. We don't know, but my recommendation would be like to bring the junior youth ministry, which is Master Guide, Pathfinders, and Adventurers, and then the senior youth leaders be in church. Like, for example, I was with Pastor Junifer. Like, just count how many churches you have with the junior youth or senior youth leaders. For example, after survey, you have only 20%. So how much is your goal for this year or this quinquennium?
You're talking about more more inviting people back to church.
Like because our pathfinding ministry is strong in school, but not so much in the church level.
The church clubs.
Church clubs. But if we can have each church to have this curriculum or curricula of the Adventist ministry, will have strong. So it will not be a program, but just to check and really focus on this. Junior youth ministries, senior youth leadership established in local churches, there will be an impact. As you go along, because this really, I realize this curriculum or curricula are like helpful to develop and disciple our young people.
Correct. I mean, just looking at the curriculums of the junior youth, it is in fact a form of evangelism in itself, even though discipleship may be at its core. I know for a fact that your secretary Ben, he has his ministry built around the Pathfinder curriculum, and he's influencing a community.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, thank you very much. That's why I am giving Ben the platform to share it. Yeah, this coming Master Guide convention, we will be emphasizing on community-based pathfinding, where you can, as Master Guides, you can lead non-Adventist children from adventure to pathfinders and Master Guide to Jesus.
That's right.
So and it will be also emphasized by Pastor Busi during that time. So yeah, the impact is so much.
Correct, and I think that's a lot of the for me when I look at club ministries, I always try to emphasize, Pastor, that the being part of the club is good, but being just in the club is not enough. That's not pathfinding. That's not Master Guide. It's not about the club. It's about what the club has taught you, and then as you go out, as Sir Ben has been doing for so many years now, influencing the community, because he's been applying the tools. And it's not just in a church setting, as you were saying, it's in a community. And it's still applicable.
Yeah, we will be adapting the Master Guide Club manual by the NAD. Some are saying, why don't you start for SSD? Why invent the wheel when there is already that one? So we just adapted it, and I have now the permission, and we discuss about that, and then just see the objectives, and then like the emphasis is you cannot have a Master Guide Club without an active adventure and Pathfinder Club.
That's right.
So there is no sense of having Master Guide Club. So if you want to have a Master Guide Club in your church or in your district, establish adventure clubs and Pathfinder clubs. So without that, you cannot exist. You cannot pass the requirements of having a Master Guide Club.
So Pastor, we have these junior youth, which is up to the age of 15, 16 years old. What does our church have for our older or our young adults?
So for young adults, we have the senior youth leadership, starting from 16 ambassadors, and going to young adult, public campus ministries, and then / Amicus. And then we have also for young professionals. Young professionals, they are not usually being because officially the young people are 30 years old below. So the rest 31, they are mentors. But here in SSD, we still cater for from 4 years old adventure to 40 years old young professionals.
Okay.
When they are 41, they can go to ASI. so we have this program. And the struggle for now is the ambassador. We still need to promote this one. And during this upcoming Pathfinder Camporee next year, senior students, senior years, like grade 11 and 12, they want to join because they said because of pandemic we felt
they missed their opportunities.
So we want to join the Camporee, and then I asked Pastor Paco if he can also have a session with them. And also some interesting topics that they can learn.
Good. So with your public campus ministry and your senior youth leadership, do you have any upcoming projects that are linked to these two ministries that will make some of our young adults excited to participate?
For the junior youth Pathfinder, we have the upcoming Pathfinder Camporee in MVC Mountain View College, and it will be on Feb 23 to March 2, 2025. So we are expecting we want to at least put a cap on 10,000, but I think we can reach even 15. So ambassador will be there, and we have this October the Master Guide Convention, so to help and train our Master Guide, our leaders for junior youth to be missional, in their even in Master Guide, and then for the next year we want to have like plan to gather the public campus. I think we need to have this public campus ministries and also Amicus convention, because they have an important role now that public campuses are declared unentered territories. So meaning, if these are unentered territories, our students who are Adventist, young people who are studying in non-Adventist schools, they should be missionaries, and they need to be trained, and they need to have that mindset that they were there because God has a plan for them.
Yeah, that's good. Those are things that we can look forward to. This quinquennium, Pastor, we've had a phrase, I will go.
Yeah.
What does I will go mean for you and the role that you play for for youth and young adults?
It's really an important phrase to me, because I thought I would be retiring in AUP because there was when I was called to be an instructor there, an administrator said to me, if you accept that, you will not be in the leadership role after that. So I said, okay, there was a call, I need to go there. So when I went there, I have this in mind that I will be retiring there. But and when there is an activity with Pastor Joby there in AUP, I would join and then miss the events. So there is no nothing in my mind that I'll be in SSD, I'll be here. So there was a call. Although I love AUP, I need to go. I need to go. I will go. Okay. So after this, I don't know. I don't know where God is leading. Serving a church or serving a school or whatever. But I'm longing to be a missionary, actually. Somewhere that there is no Adventists. There is no presence of Adventists. That is my longing. But the call is not there yet. But I'm longing to be in a place where there is no Adventist, and I can start from scratch. Nobody knows me, but I can start from there. So that's a deep longing in my heart.
I feel, Pastor, you miss being on the ground.
Yes, I miss.
The way that you were just.
You're right. When I was visiting a local church, there if I'm a church pastor, I can have this, implemented.
Yes.
Because here, you're apart from.
You're more of policy and long-term planning. Yeah.
But that is my longing and desire, to be a missionary.
Wow, that's amazing. Pastor, would you have any encouraging words for our youth leaders, our young adults who are young adult elders, maybe? What encouragement would you have for them to focus in with some of your plans of Pathfinder based or church based Pathfinders or community based Pathfinders?
We have this 5 C's of now it will be later on become 6 C's.
Oh boy.
We want our young people to have a saving relationship with Christ, the first C. So we want them to develop this saving relationship with Him, and then passionately, and also like reading the Word of God, to have a Christ-like character. That is the second C, character. So Christ's character, and then passionately using their gifts, passionately serve the church, the campuses, and the communities using their gifts. And then the last is vigorously preaching the gospel the Gospel Commission, that is the 6C, in the power of the Holy Spirit. So from a saving relationship with Jesus to sharing Him actively. So that is where we want our young people to be. There are struggles. I have struggles in my life in the youth ministries, and I can see struggles when I post something that is related to mental health. There are so many, shares and reactions. So I can feel there are problems, and I myself I have these struggles in my life. But there is hope. We can abide in Jesus. Yeah, yes. Let's abide in Jesus and let's continue serving Him. So the bottom line is we need to have an abiding relationship with Jesus, translated to mission. So a balance between the being with Jesus and the doing. So there is the tendency for young people to have this doing. How can you more doing than being. So we need to be with Jesus as much as we want to do more for Him, because at the end He will say He will not be interested with
the things that you did.
And He will say, I don't know you. We have not spent time together. So I think we need to be grounded in Jesus, and He will make our ministry successful because we have this relationship with Him.
Amen. Pastor Ron, thank you so much for your time. I know you have other places to be and some upcoming programs that you'll be focusing on. So probably in the next time that we get to have a podcast, I want to dig a little bit deeper into some of the curriculums that we have, and kind of figure out what's the important parts here and why it's so important to the younger generation every day. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, son.
So that's another conclusion of our Adventist Asia podcast, here with Pastor Ron Genebago, the youth director here in the Southern Asia Pacific Division. If this is your first time listening or watching to the podcast, you can watch more of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel and on our Spotify, both in audio and video platforms. Until next time, God bless you.